Steve Greenblatt with AVNation. We're here at ISE 2019. I'm joined with Patrick Murray from Catch Technologies. Catch Technologies, that's a new one. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you.
Right, thanks Steve. Catch Technologies, we started a new software product for managing technology, and we also purchased the hush button ring from my old employer Harry Joseph, and it lets you control user control of a microphone. So it's a switch and it lights up red and green so the user knows if a table mic is on or off. And that ties into our software product because Catch Connect allows you to integrate Alexa with anything. And of course, privacy is an issue there. So maybe there's a play with the user control of the mute state of the microphone and Alexa control of conference rooms.
So you and I have been at this for quite a while.
Indeed.
We've talked on podcasts several times. There's some changes happening in the industry. Where do you see things headed, and how do you feel programmers should be preparing for the future?
Well, it's a tough question. I think this all stems from the commoditization of computing power, right? So there's nothing special about writing logic that could run anywhere. Everything is indeed software defined, and that just opens up more options. And there's different approaches. So you're seeing a lot of new control frameworks to manage your technology and control your rooms. And what Catch Connect does a little bit differently is we really are unopinionated and just provide a data channel. So we're not forcing you into any kind of framework. We're just allowing you to connect devices and services. And you bring up what programmers can be doing to prepare for a future where things are more software defined. And for me, it's quite simple, just keep learning. Learn popular programming languages like JavaScript. Maybe start dipping your toe into HTML5 and CSS so that you're prepared for that change when it comes. And there's nothing stopping you from doing that right now. You could develop these things right on your laptop without any special hardware. And that's the beauty of it.
What are some resources that you recommend for learning?
Stack Overflow is like the number one thing. I've had a lot of questions learning this stuff over the years, and every one of them has always been answered, usually by Stack Overflow. It's a great resource. Most of the frameworks have great documentation and getting started pages on their website, so you could go to Node.js's website and read all about how to use that framework there. We've chosen Angular for our web development framework, and they also have some great tutorials. It takes a while to get started with these things, but once you get a feel for it, just like anything, you do become a lot more productive, and the community support and things that are already there ready for you to use as building blocks is really quite amazing.
What I've been told, at least, that it's the fact that you want to go into object-oriented programming. Learning a language is just something new to be able to apply. But the architecture and the framework of object-oriented is really what everybody should be heading toward. Would you agree with that?
Well, it's so when something is software defined, it doesn't mean that it could run anywhere. Like the Raspberry Pi comes up a lot, and that's just one application. So you could run software on a Raspberry Pi. You could run it on an enterprise server. You can run it anywhere. And it's a lot the same with programming. There's a lot of philosophy and ways of thinking about programming. And the more languages you're familiar with, the different ways your mind already starts reacting to, say, an AV design. It's like, how am I going to organize these things in different ways? Object-oriented is one way of doing that. And learning a different programming language just gives you different ways to approach these things. So it's always good. You don't have to be an expert in everything, but just to get a flavor of something, I think JavaScript is a great place to start with that.
So what about ISE is special to you?
ISE, yeah, just seeing everybody, right? So I've been over here in Europe for over 10 years now, so you walk around the floor and you just see a lot of people that you know and hearing what they're up to and knowing that that you're not alone in this new way of thinking. There's all different solutions that are taking advantage of commoditized computing power, open source programming frameworks. And it's just great to exchange ideas and bounce around ideas and see people like yourself.
So last but not least, I can't help but mention Software-Defined Survival. Tell the audience a little bit about that. It's the podcast that I listen to.
Right, so I had a lot of questions about how the industry works because for a long time there was limited choice and things were done a certain way. And then I saw all these new options opening up and was curious why they weren't being adopted more rapidly. And I started having great conversations with different people and I thought, I would love to be able to share these conversations with someone else. Well, if you record it and put it on the internet, it's called a podcast. And that's how it started. And I would really encourage anyone to start a podcast because you get to talk to people who may normally not make the time for you, and you get to ask them whatever you want. It's a great experience.
I can concur. Well, thanks for joining me, Patrick.
Thank you, Steve.
This has been Patrick Murray with Catch Technologies, and I'm Steve Greenblatt with AVNation. To learn more about AVNation or to get more coverage about ISE 2019, visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.